Hi guys, Abs here and welcome to this video. So if you're tired of generic AI content that misses the mark, or even worse, completely makes things up, then imagine having an AI assistant that's an expert in your specific niche and business. Well, that's exactly what adaptive AI is designed to do. It solves the biggest problem with current AI tools, generic outputs. It focuses the AI on your needs by training it on your data and the most credible sources. And in this video, I'm going to show you how adaptive AI can revolutionize your content creation, research, and even customer support, all while drastically reducing those frustrating AI hallucinations. So stick around because this is going to change the way that you use AI. So as online marketers and small business owners, we're bombarded with AI tools promising the world. But the reality is often a lot of wasted time sifting through irrelevant or inaccurate content. We spend more time fixing the AI's mistakes than actually benefiting from it. And the worst part? AI hallucinations. You ask it to write about a specific topic and it confidently presents you with completely fabricated information. This is not only frustrating, but it can also damage your credibility. We need AI that we can trust. And that's where adaptive AI comes in. It's designed to give you highly focused, relevant AI outputs by training it on your data and the most credible sources. So let me show you how it's done. Okay, so let's say, for example, you was creating a sales page. Then what you can do is, instead of adding a generic prompt and asking the AI to create you a sales page from that, you can actually add your best performing sales pages, your competitor pages that are converting well, and even YouTube videos that are giving you tips on how to create sales content, and then ask the AI to use the tips and everything that you fed it to go ahead and craft that content for you. What this does, it makes sure that we are laser targeting the AI is giving us laser targeted responses to our actual prompts. Okay, so when it comes to adaptive AI, you can add documents, you can add YouTube video URLs, and it will go ahead and get the transcript and work with that. You can add URLs and the software will go ahead and scrape the content and work with that. And you can actually add multiple URLs per line and the software will work with them. But on top of that, you're also able to perform a Google search, add your keyword inside of here. The software will go ahead and scrape the top 10 ranking sites or the top 5 or whatever number you add down here, and it will go ahead and scrape all of the content and work with that. You can also add audio and images. So anyway, let me go ahead and give you an example of exactly how I would go ahead and create a sales page, for example, when working with the AI. So I'm going to go ahead to my browser. I'm going to go ahead and work and go on YouTube first of all. And what we'll do is we'll actually find some videos that are going to guide us on how to creating the perfect sales page. Okay, so we'll just do something like creating the perfect sales page copywriting. There we go. We'll just do something like that. And as we can see down here, we're going to get videos that are going to be targeted for this. So this one down here says how to write a sales page, practical copywriting mini course for online entrepreneurs. And this is 14 minutes and 32 seconds. I haven't actually gone ahead and watched this, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and work with this. Okay, I can see it's got 37,000 views. It's got 1.7k likes. It's probably a good course or a good video. Okay, and this is going to help us and help the AI make sure that it's got the kind of tips that we need for creating our sales copy. So we'll go ahead and take a couple more videos down here as well. Okay, how to write sales pages that sell. We'll go ahead and use this guy here. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll get another video and then we'll get some content from some websites as well. Okay, so here's another one down here. Let's have a look. This is actually quite kind of long. We can use it, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and opt to use some more material instead. Okay, so here's another one. 300 million copy built on simple copywriting hack. Okay, so these are going to be different copywriting hacks and tips and tricks that we're going to give it. But obviously, if you had a nice resource, I'm doing this really quick, guys, but if you had a nice resource that you could work with, then it'd be brilliant. Okay, what we can do now is we can go ahead and go over to Google and we can actually do something down here. For example, how to create the perfect sales page copywriter tips. Okay, we'll do something like this. And what we can do is we can come down here and we can visit these sites and we can take the sites and add them in there. Instead, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to get the software just to do the Google scrape for us. Okay, so I'll come down here, I'll copy this keyword, and I'll come over to the software and I'll say I want to do a Google search. And here's the keyword that I want to do a Google search for. And I want you to scrape the top 5 sites, for example. Okay, we could do 10, but I'm going to say the top 5 sites. I've now got options. Do I want to send over the plain text after the sites have been scraped, or do I want to send over the content between the body as HTML tags, or the full HTML page down here? Okay, so you got all of the options down here depending on your control. As standard, it's set to plain text, which is going to work perfectly. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and prompt the AI. So I'm going to set my engine down here first of all, and the really cool thing about this is that we can, you know, bounce one prompt to, from one engine to another engine and see and compare the difference in responses as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use Gemini 2.0 Flash, and I'm going to go ahead and add some details down here. In fact, what we'll do is we'll go over to our website. Oops. promptgeneratorai.com. Okay, and this website is really old. Well, it's not really old, but it hasn't been updated in absolutely ages. So we've added so many new features inside of the software, but it hasn't been updated in ages, guys. And I do apologize about this. We do need to get it updated. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give the AI my current headlines, okay, and ask it to generate some other headlines based on the findings that it's got down here. Okay, so I'm going to say below our headlines, okay, below our headlines that are placed to the top of my sales page, okay, please can you make them better? Okay, I'm just gonna say, please can you make them better based on the referenced videos and sites. Okay, and I'm going to say my target market are people that create content, do online marketing, perform SEO, and are small and are businesses. Okay, and are business owners. Okay, and I'm going to give them the content. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and click on enter. And what's going to happen now is the software is actually extracting the transcript, or it's getting the transcript from the 3 videos. And now, as you can see, it's doing the Google search for us. Now that it's done the Google search, in the background, it's going to go ahead and visit the top 10 ranking sites or the top 5 ranking sites. And it's going to go and get the content. And then it's going to go ahead and query Google Gemini, because that's what we've got it set to. And we're going to get a response from there. So let's just have a look to see what this is going to come back with, and then I'll show you some other things that we can do with this as well. Okay, so here's the response. So this is saying, okay, I can help you refine your headlines based on the principles discussed in the provided content. It's talking about this content here. Okay, the key focus on a single compelling idea directly address your target audience, pain points and desires, and clearly communicate the benefits of your offer. So straight away, it knows that it needs to address the pain points, okay? And here's a breakdown of your current headlines and suggestions for improvements, incorporating insights from the reference material. Okay, so it's saying my current headline is this: unlock the limitless possibilities of AI-powered content with ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Bing. And it's saying we've got some potential issues, okay? It's a bit of a toss salad. That's what it's saying down here, mentioning multiple AI tools without a clear central benefit. So it's doing some good critique on my current copy at the moment. And then it's going to go ahead and give me some revised headlines down here, incorporating the feedback based on the documentation that I've sent it. Okay, so what this is giving us now is this is giving us a laser targeted response based on tips and tricks on how to write converting copy. And it's allowing the AI to focus on this, and it knows that we want to, focus on this. Okay, so anyway, let's have a look to see what it says. It says headline: stuck in the content rut, use AI to create high quality content that ranks, attracts and converts. Now that's a pretty cool headline, guys. Not something that I would probably think about myself, but that's a good headline. This is focusing on solving a problem. Now it's going to focus on speed and efficiency. So it's giving me a different variation of this. It says scale your content creation 10x faster with AI, ChatGPT, Gemini and more. Master content, SEO and marketing in less time. So these are kind of good headlines that I could A/B split test. Okay, here's another one. Focus on expertise and authority. From content novice to AI powered expert. Master any niche, drive more traffic and build unstoppable authority online. You know what, guys? I'm absolutely loving this here. Okay, I think this is gold. I really like this. I would probably test this. When it comes down to working on the website, then I don't know where it's gone now. But when it comes down to working on the website, guys, then this is something that I would be using myself. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Focus on return on investment and results. Transform your content into a lead generating machine. Use AI to skyrocket your SEO, drive sales, and maximize your marketing return on investment. So as you can see, I'm sure you'd agree as well, guys, that this is giving us solid advice and solid suggestions for our content, okay, and our copy, guys. And it's doing this not because we're just using the AI with its vast amount of knowledge based on absolutely everything, but because we've made it laser targeted and focused on our sales copy. And the really cool thing about this, which I totally forgot to mention before, was that we can actually save all these sessions. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to edit this session. I'm going to make sure this is the session. It is the session. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to edit it and I'm going to name this sales copy test, for example. Okay, and anytime I want to come back and I want to create sales copy, all I have to do is come and use this AI session, knowing that it is already primed and focused and trained on the data that I want it to do. Okay, so I can come along to this one here, for example. This has got different data. This one here has got different data. This has got different data down here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you can use this for even other methods, guys. Okay, so for example, you might have a website. In fact, let's go ahead and create a new session. We're going to go ahead and create a new session now, and I'm going to show you this folder that I've got down here called G Sheets. Now, this is a folder full of documentation about my website. Okay, it's got a file in here that explains about my website, what we do. It's got an author name inside of here as well. It's got details about the bio and it's got details about what's happening with the website. Okay, I've also given it my website posts.txt. Okay, so these are all of the posts that are already on my website. So now the AI is going to know what kind of posts I've already got on my website. I've also given it a writing style. Okay, so this is a writing style that I want the AI to follow when it's creating my content for me. What I've done as well is I've created two files, competitor1 keywords.txt and competitor2.keywords.txt. I went to a place like SEMrush and I downloaded competitor keywords. And as you can see down here, I've got them all one per line. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of keywords in both files. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add this as a session. Okay, so this is now, I'm going to be now showing you how we can make the adaptive AI session personalized for individual websites. Okay, and you can do this for so many reasons. Obviously, when it comes to sales copy, guys, then this can be used for all of your sales copy because you've already taught the AI how to do this. In fact, I've actually got some more files down here. Let me just quickly show you this one file down here from a sales copy. So I've got this file down here. Okay, I'll show you some headlines. I've got headlines down here. Here we go. Okay, and as you can see, I'm giving it a template. Each one of these lines is a different way that people are creating headlines that convert. Okay, so the AI has a way to understand how we want our headlines and everything structured. But this way here, I showed you, we just got some tips from videos and we've done a Google search, scraped a bunch of websites, and we provided the AI all of the data that we needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new session. And this time we're going to create it for this website. I'm going to go ahead and upload documents. Okay, I'm going to go ahead to that G Sheet site and I'm going to select all these documents here and I'm going to add them inside of here. Okay, what I can do now is I can go ahead and ask the AI a bunch of things. Let's go ahead and click on apply changes and let's change this session and call it a name. We'll call this G Sheet 1 or 21, whatever. Okay, I'm going to set this to work with Gemini Flash 2.0 again. I'll show you how we can work with a number of these different engines within the same session as well. It's just a matter of changing them over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and say, okay, please can you suggest a new blog post idea, okay, that I can add to my site. Okay, so, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, please can you suggest a new and unique, okay, blog post idea that I can add to my website. Okay, please make sure I have not covered the topic before, and if possible, please suggest a topic based on keywords my competitors are ranking for, but I have not covered. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is I'm going to go ahead and click on enter. And what this is going to do is going to suggest us a new blog post that we can add onto our website that we don't already cover, and it knows this because we've already given it the website post that we have. And we're also saying based on competitors' keywords that they're ranking for, that we can also suggest as well. So let's have a look to see what it says. It says, based on the data provided, here's a unique blog post idea for G Sheet nerds, leveraging competitor keywords that you haven't covered in your existing post. So it's saying unlock the power of Google Sheets for project portfolio management. I'm going to actually copy this. Okay, I'm going to show you in a moment what we're going to do with it. Okay, so now it's saying reasoning, untapped keyword opportunities. It's saying after reviewing the keywords from competitor 1 keywords.txt, which was this file, and keywords 2 competitors.txt, this is this file here, several project management related terms appear frequently, such as Google Sheets project management template, Gantt chart Google Sheets, project tracker Google Sheets, whatever, okay, and can be okay, and whatever, okay, it aligns well with G Sheet Nerds mission, okay, offers high value content, okay, which is brilliant. So what we can do now is we can now go ahead and create content for this down here. So what we can do is we can go ahead and do a Google search. Let me show you exactly what I mean by this really quickly. So I'm going to add this down here, okay, and we're doing a Google search for this keyword down here, okay, and I can turn around and say I'm creating a blog post. Okay, I will just say, please create me a blog post about, okay, and I'm going to say use the data from the top 5 ranking sites, use the data from the top 5 ranking sites to fully understand the subject and to cover all important areas. Okay, I'm going to say aim to create a 2,000 word article. Okay, and now I'm going to tell it to add some of the personalization. Okay, I'm going to say personalize the article. Okay, personalize the article for my blog and add 3 relevant internal links. Okay, and this is because it knows exactly what everything is down here. And I'm going to say, please provide the output in HTML. I'm going to say inline HTML. Provide the output only and nothing else. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and click on enter. And what the software is going to do, first of all, it's going to go ahead and do the Google search for us, which is absolutely brilliant because we don't have to lift a finger, you know, we don't have to visit all 10 websites. The software is going to do everything for us behind the scenes, or you know what, we're doing 5 websites down here. And it's going to send everything to the AI. And now the AI is going to be laser targeted, okay, based on knowing all of the data. So we're asking it to create content about something, and for it to create content about that, we've done a Google search and helped it by scraping all of the websites. Okay, we also have fed it details about our website. We've also fed it details about, you know, our existing blog posts and everything. So now it can go out there and add internal links for us as well. Okay, so this is brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go over to HTML and I'm going to click on copy code. And I'm going to come to the editor and we'll just have a quick look to see what it's done for us. Okay, so as you can see, straight away, it's added in some internal links for us. Oh no, this one hasn't even given us a proper internal link down here. I don't know why, but anyway, it's tried to add the internal links for us. It's added in the content and everything for us. And as you can see, it's customized everything down here for us. But unfortunately, this hasn't added in the actual internal link for us. This has made it 1,839 words, which is absolutely lovely. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and get it to add the actual internal links for us. Okay, so let's have a look to see what we've done down here. Okay, I'm going to say personalize the article for my blog and add 3 relevant internal links from the list from the my website posts. Okay, from my website's post.txt file. Okay, I'm going to say be sure to add internal links that lead to my existing posts. Okay, so we'll go ahead and what we can do, in fact, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and work with Flash 1.5 now. Okay, and it's just a matter of changing over the model. If we wanted to work with another one, like for example, through OpenRouter, we've got multiple ones down here we can work with, even DeepSeek reasoning models if you wanted to. Okay, but we'll go ahead and work with Gemini and we'll do 1.5 Flash, and I'll go ahead and click on enter. Okay, and this is going ahead. Oops.
Is not a valid duration. Please specify a duration.
Sorry about this. This is my Google. That's my Google suggest or whatever it is. My Google AI is coming along and it's doing it for us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait until this is completed. I don't know what's going on here, but it doesn't look like it's. Oh, it's come along to the end down here. What we'll do is we'll go over to the HTML view, and we'll come along and we'll copy the code and we'll go over to the editor and we'll come along and paste it inside of here. Okay, and the first thing is 1065 words. Okay, you could split this up into writing an article outline and then going ahead and then creating the article based on that from the article outline, and you could create it in 2 sections to make it even longer. But anyway, this time it doesn't look like, oh yeah, it has added in some internal links. So let's have a look down here. Okay, I'll come up here and have a look down here, and this time it's actually added in the links for my website, which is brilliant, guys, because when this goes on my website, it's going to be a local link linking internally perfectly on my site. Okay, so that's brilliant stuff. And what I want to show you as well is this is probably personalized it for G Sheet nerds as well. Okay, overwhelmed and dedicated. Let's have a look to see if it's got any personalization in here. It probably has, guys. I just haven't got the. Here we go. Google Sheets extensive, VLOOKUP, data operation, essential Google Sheets. Okay, so it's probably got some personalization in here, guys, but I just haven't got the time to look through it. What I want to do instead is show you another example on how you can actually use this. So I've actually got a bunch of things down here that we can go ahead and have a look at some of these examples together. In fact, what we'll do is we'll do one more example, but this time we're going to create YouTube video transcripts, guys. This is exactly how easy it works and it becomes when you've got something like adaptive AI down here. Okay, because adaptive AI allows you to add all of the documentation you want and then work with that. In fact, I'm going to give you a key reason why I mentioned this is brilliant for making sure that the AI hallucinates much less. Okay, but it doesn't make it perfect, but it almost makes it, 1,000 times better, guys. Okay, let me show you this example that I done down here. I gave the AI one piece of reference content saying Abbas Ravji, who is me, is the King of England. Totally false. Okay, and as you can see, we're working with Gemini here. You can work with any model that you want, but what you'll notice is we all know Gemini is it's very clever. It knows who the King of England is, but because of the data that I fed it, it's going to use that. So I've said, who is the King of England? And it says, according to file name notes, Abbas Ravji is the King of England. So I've said, who is the King of England? Provide the response and nothing else. And it says, Abbas Ravji is the King of England. So I've said, who's the King of England and what is the capital city of England? Provide the response and nothing else. And it said, Abbas Ravji is the King of England. I don't have information about the capital city of England in the provided data. Fantastic, guys. What this means is that it's not hallucinating, okay, and it's only using the data that we're providing it. So when it comes to us creating sales copy, for example, or add in data for our websites, or let's just say, for example, we'll make it even more personal and we give it our health records, then we know that it's going to base it on the data that we're providing it, as opposed to the vast knowledge that these LLMs have been, trained on. A lot of them Twitter posts, a lot of them Quora posts, and what have you, and a lot of them is going to be false information as well. So anyway, let me go ahead and create this YouTube transcript for us. Okay, so I'll come down here. In fact, we'll keep it on here so I can give you some examples of these various sessions that we've got down here later on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create a new session, and to start off with, we're going to go ahead and get some YouTube videos. So I'm going to go over to the browser, we'll go ahead to this YouTube video, and we'll turn around and say how to create, okay, there we go, we've already got something down here, how to create YouTube video script tips. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take some videos down here now for how to create scripts. Okay, script writing hacks YouTubers use to hook you. Okay, we'll go ahead and keep this, or we'll take this and we'll use this as the reference data, so we can make sure that the AI is 100% targeted and knows exactly the kind of stuff that we want it to do when creating our script for us. Okay, let's have a look at some other ones down here. Here's another one, how to script a YouTube video that keep them hooked. We'll take this, we'll add this down here as well as a resource. We'll come back over to the browser, we'll go ahead and take some more videos. Killer YouTube scripts explained. Let's go ahead and take this as well. Okay, so what I've done now, guys, is I've added in 3 YouTube videos that are explaining how to create good video scripts, providing tips and techniques on how to get this done. Okay, we can use this down here, guys, and we can go ahead and ask the AI to go ahead and create the video scripts for us based on this information, or we can go ahead and provide it with even more data to work with. So what we'll do is we'll actually go ahead and give it some sites now. So I'm going to go ahead to Google again. Okay, and this time what I'm going to do, oops, I didn't actually click it today. I'm going to go ahead to Google, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to write how to create YouTube video scripts. I'm going to say tips and tricks. Okay, and in fact what we can do is we can visit these and we can select whatever website we want to work with, or we can go ahead and do the Google search as I mentioned earlier. It does work out to be so much easier and quicker just to do that Google search, guys, because then you can select how many of them websites you want to scrape anyway. So we'll go ahead and do the 5 websites again, and we'll add them down here, and we'll go ahead now and create a YouTube video script based on this details down here. So I'm going to go ahead and work with Gemini Flash 2.0 again, guys. I like working with this. I think it's fairly fast, so this is why I continuously work with this, but we can go ahead and change any of these models anytime we want. So I'm going to go ahead and give it some details to create the video script for me. Okay, I'm going to say please create a YouTube video script for me that is about my new feature, that is about a new feature in my software called Adaptive AI. Okay, Adaptive AI allows you to add documents, videos, URLs, audio, images, and it will even search Google for your keyword and scrape the top 10 ranking sites data. Okay, this data is then sent to the AI with the user prompt, allowing us to train and prime the AI to be laser focused about the prompt, about the task we will prompt it with. Okay, for example, if you want to create sales copy, you can send it the best performing sales pages, competitor pages, and even videos that teach you how to create compelling sales copy. Okay, now I'm going to say, please provide me with a solid YouTube video transcript, okay, following the notes and pointers from the data provided. Okay, so I've given the AI, I know it seems like a fairly large prompt, but I've given it some details about what adaptive AI does, and now I'm saying go ahead and create me a transcript based on this. So I'll go ahead and click on plus, which is then going to go ahead and do all of the video transcripts for us, and at the same time it's going to go ahead and do the Google search, and then it's going to go ahead and crawl the top 5 ranking sites, because that's what we set it to, and then it's going to go ahead and send everything over to the AI with our prompt. So here we go. So let's have a look to see exactly what the AI is going to come up with for when writing killer video scripts. Okay, so here we go. So let's have a look. So it's saying here's a YouTube video script draft incorporating tips from the provided transcripts designed to highlight your software's adaptive AI feature. And it's saying unleash AI, train it with anything for laser focused results. And it says intro, we're looking for a hook for about 30 seconds. And it's saying it's giving us some details about a visual. So what we can show on the screen, show a screen recording of adaptive AI in action. Okay, so let's have a look to see what it's saying down here. Ever felt like AI tools give you generic, uninspired results, like they're missing the context to truly understand your needs? This is a question hook, as mentioned in the first video transcript. So it's actually giving us some citations down here. Okay, then it's something new. Adaptive AI. Adaptive AI primes our AI tools to be laser focused with data you upload, websites, videos, images, and more. This is a strong statement hook. So as you can see, it's given us some real nice video. It's given us a nice video transcript down here, guys, and it's done this even though it can do this anyway, guys. But when you give it this data down here, you know that you're telling it, you know what, focus your response for my prompt on the data that I'm actually giving you. And what this makes sure is that we get some real good results. Let me show you some other ways that you can actually work with this as well. So if you've got a company, for example, and that company, so for example myself, let's say for example we've got 7 or 8 different pieces of software. Each software has its own frequently asked questions. Each software has its own refund policy. Each software has its own unique reason for being there and providing different types of results. Okay, now let's just say for example I've got staff. Now one of my staff is off and I've had to have somebody come in and fill in their position. It's going to be very difficult to make sure that my member of staff is fully efficient with all of our software to be able to respond to customer queries that we receive by email. So what we can do here, for example, okay, I'll actually show you, instead of me going through all of this, I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so I've added in content down here about the company. I'll click on edit and you can see what we've added down here. Okay, I've also added a code of conduct. I've added frequently asked questions. I've added morals and values, problems and solution, products and services, refund policy, terms and conditions. And what I've done down here now is I've come in here and I've prompted stuff like I received an email from a customer asking for a refund. He said the reason was that the software is too slow. Please create an email response for me and that I can send to them. And it's drafted a real nice email for us. It's citing our terms of conditions for our refund policy, for example. It's giving some ideas on how the user can diagnose any problems, all based off the FAQs. So let's say, for example, if I had multiple pieces of software, I can have multiple different sessions down here for each one of the softwares, and each one of them can have files about my FAQs, about the refund policy, about troubleshooting things. And anytime one of my staff is unsure, or they get a response, or they get an email and they need to provide a response, they can come along and they can work with any one of these softwares and any one of these adaptive AI sessions to make sure they get the correct responses that they can send over to the customers. And the really cool thing about this is that you can actually export and you can import these adaptive AI sessions down here. There is no limitations to how many files or anything you add down here. One of the ways I actually like working with this, guys, is I actually like working with Perplexity as well. I'll show you this in a moment. Okay, but first of all, this is another way that you can work with this. Let me show you another way that I worked with this as well. So I created an adaptive AI session trying to, make it personalized for someone that has that I've given a personal health record. So let's just say, for example, this was my personal health record. It isn't though, guys. It's somebody called John A. Smith. It's totally fictitious and I made it up. But inside of this, I've given him I've given the date of birth, where he lives, any chronic conditions that they have, any medication that they're on, any kind of visits to the last few doctor visits, and what the doctor's been saying about how the medication and everything's going on. Now, what I also done as well is I also went and done some research on a certain condition that this user has. Okay, and then I fed it to the AI, asking it, is there anything that we can tell the doctor or I can discuss with my doctor? Now, obviously, I wouldn't say that you'd ever take medicinal advice other than from a doctor, but this gives you some subjects to talk to your doctor about, which your doctor might have missed. So, for example, this guy here suffers from this condition called vitiligo. What I done is I actually went over to Perplexity. Okay, hopefully I've got Perplexity session still inside of here so you can see this. Let's have a look. Why isn't it showing my history down here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Here we go. So can you make a list of all the Google patents no, not this one. Okay, provide me with a list of the most recent vitiligo advancements, tests, and what have you. Okay, and okay, so I said, provide me with a list of the most recent vitiligo advancements, tests, case studies, and up-to-date information on its treatment. And what I done then is, with Perplexity, you can go ahead and copy the resource list that they actually give you. So when I paste this down here, I can see a number of citations that it's done down here. So I can go ahead and just delete all these ones down here. Okay, in fact, what we'll do is we'll do this together. We'll go ahead and do it again. Okay, so we've got 12 URLs down here provided by Perplexity, which is cool. And the really cool thing about this is we've got some NHS websites, or we've got some .gov websites, and we've got some doctoring website, or whatever it is, some societies, Vitiligo Society, and we've got some really cool data down here that we can work with. So when I come over to Adaptive AI, then you can actually see, I've already added them down here, guys, and you can see the software's gone out there and it scraped all of this data down here. Okay, so it scraped all of these websites, and we've added in up-to-date findings for a condition that's mentioned inside of this health record. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and ask the AI to provide us with details after analyzing all the up-to-date data and our health record that we can actually suggest to our doctor to work with. But that's not all, guys. I might want to go ahead and add something else to my diet, for example. And if I got my health record inside of here, I can turn around and say, I'm looking to add this supplement to my diet based on the medicines that I'm currently taking. Are there any known side effects, or what are the implications of adding this to my diet? Would I need to adjust any of my dosages or whatever? And it can try and give you some ideas based on personal data that you've provided it, guys. Okay, so this is Adaptive AI, and the really cool thing about Adaptive AI is, like I said, you can create multiple sessions, you can add it you can give it documents, you can give it videos, you can give it URLs, perform Google searches, give it audios and give it images. You're not restricted to what engine or what model you want to work with. You're also not restricted to how many sessions that you can have. And the really cool thing about this, guys, is if you know how the prompt generator AI already works with strategies and automation, whereby you can perform sequence prompts. So for example, if we have a look at this one down here, you can perform sequence of prompts to create the single article, and these prompts will work one after the other. Each input actually has an output, and these outputs can be sent as well. So what you can do now with the prompt generator AI is you can also work with Adaptive AI sessions. So now when you want to create the article, so for example, you might go ahead and have one prompt that's finding the LSI terms, another prompt that's getting a Google SERP report, finding out what the intent for the keyword is and getting entities and whatever other terms you want to add. You might have another prompt that's going ahead and creating an article outline that's split into 2 sections, for example. And then you might have both of the sections for that article written inside of, for example, using one of your Adaptive AI sessions, which is absolutely fantastic, because when it comes to create the content, you know that it's going to be laser focused on creating that actual content for you. In fact, you could could actually prime it to do keyword research. You could prime it to do all of whatever it is that you want to do, and then you could have different prompts inside of a strategy working with different adaptive AI sessions, which is absolutely lovely, guys. So anyway, I really hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to be trying to create some more videos on the prompt generator AI because, as mentioned, you know, the sales page hasn't been updated in forever, and we've added multiple updates inside of here. I mean, we've got API chat inside of here now, where you can bounce from one engine to the other engine without having to copy and paste. So for example, you might have chat GPT to find out what the search intent is, to find out what your LSI terms are and what your entities are. You might have Gemini to go ahead and create the article outline for you, and you might have Claude going ahead and creating the article for you, in which case you'd have to copy and paste everything from GPT and Gemini over to Claude so that it can go ahead and create it based on the article outline and the LSI terms and entities and maybe the intent that you're going for. But with API chat, you don't have to copy and paste anything because the memory is all saved in these sessions down here, which is absolutely lovely because you can jump from one engine to the other engine based on their strengths, based on their prices, and get the best possible results. Okay, we've also got brand new features that allow you to do deep research. So you can now create content, create articles by performing deep research. So for example, you might want to create an article which is about SEM Rush, or you know, SEM Rush, or let's just say Ahrefs versus Majestic SEO. Okay, and you might want to do it based on doing 3 searches. Your first search might be, you know, SEM Ahrefs features. Your other search might be Majestic SEO features, and your third search might be something like Ahrefs versus SEM Rush. And then the software can go ahead and create the article based on all of the data that it's found from there, guys. And deep research is fantastic for doing keyword research, for uncovering frequently asked questions and trends and statistics about any niche that you actually want to do. So anyway, I'm going to try and create some more videos to show you how it works. But anyway, I really hope you enjoy this video, especially on how we now are able to work with adaptive AI, which means that we're able to train the AI on data, personalize it for our needs, and have laser focused and laser targeted responses based on what we ask the AI to do inside of our prompt. So anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it.